Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, my fellow Chibits. As always, I'm here to bring all of you the weekly Chibi vlog, and then right after, I want to be bringing you the weekly Chibit questions. Now, before I even get into anything discussing this week or anything, I need to talk about something I uploaded yesterday night, and some of you might already be aware of it, but I'm going to let all of you know that did not actually get the news. I already uploaded what I will watch for Summer of Anime 2016, because that is constantly asked, and many Chibits are wondering what will I watch for the next season. And so if you're unaware, that video is actually already out. I put it out earlier yesterday, or yesterday night. So if you're interested and you want to see what's coming up for the next season of anime, go check it out. So now that I've said that, I want to ask, how has everybody's day been? Has it been good? Has it been bad? How has this entire week been? Because now summer vacation is here. Now I know a couple of you Chibits have been doing summer school, because a couple of you were commenting on it. And I wish all of you Chibits have been saying you're doing summer school the best of luck. I send out my happy cheers to you. Hopefully you study well. Hopefully you continue to go for your dreams and what you aspire to be. So I'm just saying my heart goes out to you, and continue to study this summer season. So the next season is upon us, and as always, a season has to end. And this season, spring season, has pretty much come to an end. We have about a week and a half left until it's completely done. Next week, the new anime is going to be starting. Around Monday to Wednesday through Thursday, that's when the new anime is going to be coming out. So it's pretty much going to be a dead week for a little bit next week, because not everything will be out, but a lot of stuff will be ending, which I'll be trying to make up for that. I'll try to figure something out. But for the time being, though, I'm just going to say, let's discuss my overall thoughts of spring anime 2016, because I was going to make a separate video for this, but to actually save time and also to just not upload multiple videos in one day because I'm kind of busy today, spring 2016. It started off good. It had a lot of good shows. A lot of variety where you could choose what you like. And I really appreciate that from spring anime 2016. There was a lot of good shows, and I think there was at least one show everybody could like from the last season, or this current season we're on at the moment. That's about to end. And honestly, I liked a lot of the stuff from the season, but as you all were very aware, I dropped a lot of stuff or just stopped reviewing a lot of stuff. Some of the main reason was because I didn't have the time, thanks to, the stepmom issue I have. And then on top of that, I just, some of the things I just didn't personally like, and I didn't want to talk about it. Or there was other series that were just very good, but I just didn't feel like it was worth an episodic review. I just felt like it wasn't. So I want to talk about certain series throughout the season, my top 5 favorites, and also just some of the reasons why I've dropped some series, or just to give you my overall impressions of them. So, first things first, to dive into, many have been asking me, where is the Macross videos, where is the, Ace Attorney videos, and to be honest with you, the reason why I stopped reviewing those was because I didn't have the time. It wasn't because I disliked them. I just want to clarify that right now. I did not dislike Macross. I did not dislike Ace Attorney. I actually like both of those series, but thanks to me being busy, I did not have the time to review them, so please forgive me for that, please. I'm just gonna say, I don't hate those series. I just want to get that off the table, because some thought I hated those series. I do not. I do not hate those series. If I hated them, I'd let you know, because I think I've been very clear on what I really dislike from this season. For instance, Big Order, Mayoiga, The Lost Village, however you fucking pronounce that name, and then some of the things from, Cabaneri, there's a lot of different things from this season I personally did not like. And then there were some series that were just kind of hidden gems, but I didn't feel like I could really do episodic reviews on. For instance, Netoge. I love that series. I fucking love Netoge. It's such a fantastic series. I know it's not the best, but I personally enjoy Netoge. It was such a fun fucking series. I love watching it. It was such a fun ride. I recommend it if you're into comedies and stuff. Another good series is Sakamoto. Oh my god. Sakamoto, fucking brilliant. I love that series. Didn't review it, but I love Sakamoto. I'm just gonna say right now, I love that series. If you have not seen that, probably the comedy of the season. Easily comedy of the season. Now, obviously, comedy is subjective. That's just to, kind of be obvious. So, another thing too, a couple of Chibits are letting me know yesterday when I was doing What I Will Watch that there was apparently a series, an anime short I missed that was made by Studio Trigger called Space Patrol something, starts with an L or whatever, and a couple of Chibits are saying it's a very good series. It's where Trigger actually has our cast of characters travel to different worlds to view the different verses, the universes of all the series that Trigger has made. For instance, World Kill a Kill, like a cast of characters go to World Kill a Kill and meet the characters, and it's like a 7-minute anime short. So I'm actually probably going to look into that because it sounded pretty damn interesting. I mean, Trigger visiting all sorts of other series and stuff sounds cool. So besides that, however, other series too, like Big Order. Oh, I couldn't stand that. Big Order was just brain dead. It was so stupid. I just couldn't. I really couldn't. And then Moyoiga, I couldn't review that either because it just became so jumbled mess. And then when I found out characters are not going to be dying, I'm like, fuck this. Like, no. I'd rather have a killing spree than just have all these characters I don't really care about still on the screen. So, yeah, it didn't happen, so that, and then also Iron Fortress would happen on that episode as well, the recent episodes. Now, I'm not dropping that series, obviously, but I've been kind of frank with all of you about how I feel about the recent turn of events. Now, a couple of series, though, my top 5 favorite, because I feel like that's what majority of you are probably going to be clicking on this video for, because it's probably going to have something to do with the title, probably top 5 favorite anime of spring 2016 or something. So, my top 5 favorites, going from, I guess, 5 up to 1. Now, obviously, this can change at any time, depending on the final episodes, but I'm just gonna, say it for now. From the episode I have seen, regardless if they have concluded or not, I'm just gonna say my favorites from this season, even if it hasn't concluded. Now, like I said, it can change with a final episode, easily. But I'm just saying, for right now, from what I have seen from the series, my top 5 favorites. So, starting at number 5, I think Sakamoto for number 5. I really am a big fan of Sakamoto. Number 4, Kiznaiver, Studio Trigger's work. Number 3, I would say ReZero, definitely. Number 2, because I'm a fanboy, obviously, top 5 is just my top 5. Doesn't mean they're the best of all time, just my personal favorites. Number 2 would be Boku no Hero Academia. And number 1, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, Part 4. So, definitely those. Those are my top 5 from this anime season, easily. I don't feel like anything really has beat those in my terms of my enjoyability I got from this season. I've enjoyed those series for their different reasons. Sakamoto for its fucking comedy. I love Kiznaiver for its characters. I love ReZero because of the interesting plot and the way the story is done. I love Boku no Hero Academia because I've been following the manga since it was first translated, and I'm a big fanboy of it, obviously. And then JoJo because JoJo's fucking greatness. Like, just fucking JoJo. Seriously, hands down, JoJo greatness. So, easily those, my favorites of this anime season. So now that I said that, let's get into some fan mail. Okay, so this package is from John. Thank you very much, John, for sending this package. Hello, Chibi. How's your day going? It's going fine. How about yourself? I have 2 things which I wish to say. First on how much I love No Game No Life novels. They're fucking amazing, I agree on that. And how much I want a second season, well, me and a lot of others. It scored second in the Japanese poll for series people want to get a second season. Oh, really? And then we might actually get one then. I know in your vlog you said you had read the first novel, and I'm not sure how far you're read in as you read this, but what's your favorite part so far? I'm a big fan of Volume 3. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm a big fan of Volume 3 light novel. Let's see, what's your favorite part so far? Mine would spoil some plot later on, so I'll just say my favorite game so far, which was in the 4th volume or 5th volume. I haven't actually finished the 4th volume, so I'll have to see myself. 4th volume or 5th volume. It was a game in which they intertwined the use of hiragana, or was it katakana, in the simple game of tag. I haven't seen that one yet. Secondly, I've been a long-time watcher and thought it was finally time to be sending you something. Included Chibi Volume 1 of Not Life's. It may not be the best series out there, but it has to be up there with one of my favorites. If I had to say what it is, think a Cell World battle system, but not at the same time. It's quite interesting on its own. Currently, it has 9 volumes and 1 in English, with Volume 2 coming out in June 21st. I also had the privilege of being the person to bring the scanulation over weekly. Why did I promise people that? Such a mistake. I picked it up way early on in my life as a scanlator. Well, I guess you really can't say early, as I've been at it for some time but stopped due to events. I wish you the best of luck. I know translation's probably a very rough job to do. Well, I guess you really can't say early, as I've been doing that for some time due to events. Let's call it my second life. Well, anyways, I started back up with a series called Holic Ray. I have yet to read that. I have never read Holic either. I'm a big fan of Tsubasa Chronicles, but I've always wanted to read Holic. I've always wanted to read that. I made a stupid move and said I'd release a chapter of Not Life's a week till we got caught up to the current release monthly chapter. Anyways, after Not Life's having only 9 chapters over 5 groups and being out since 2011, I thought it was time to give it life. They even left it at quite the cliffhanger, poor readers. Currently, we're on chapter 44 and almost caught up to the monthly releases, that being chapter 78 as I write this. Damn, with the way that chapter ended, I can see the ending is near. Well, Kay must said something like that. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this series, and I listen to you all the time as I work. I enjoy Not Life's a lot, and own 2 copies in Japanese, paperback, and digital for scanulation, as well as planning on getting all the English volumes. Well, it will cost more than double the Japanese copies combined, being $60 versus $120 for English for the current 9 volumes. Keep up the good work, and I look forward to whatever videos you make next. Oh, hello, best wolf waifu. You're a good man. Water Flame. P.S. Sorry I tend to ramble on. Do you read the Gaku Gurashi manga by chance? I read it up to chapter like 20, but I didn't continue on after that. It's always fun seeing what people think of chapters as they come out, and breakdowns on the Gaku Gurashi Reddit are plain wonderful. The Voynich Hotel is a very unique and also one of my favorites. Have you heard? No, I've never heard of it. Sadly, I don't think it'll ever get released officially in English, but I own the Japanese version. Because I couldn't fit it on the front side of this letter, I'll just have to write it down here. Enjoyed this 10-cent coin from the Bahamas. 10-cent coin from the that's badass. I like the fucking design on that. I really like the design. Yo, that was badass. It's got fish on it. It looks like it's got salmon on the back of it. That's cool. That's really, really cool. So, apparently you're translating Not Life's. You're currently a translator to this series. That's interesting. Let me see. You say you're up to date with the manga now. You're translating, you're up to date with it. So let's read the summary of this. Play to win. Mikami is a video game genius. He can play and conquer any game and just as easily program his own. While planning his next project, Shigeru discovers a strange oddity among his stack of research materials. A game disc labeled Not Alive. Absorbing into his body, the disc thrusts him into a strange parallel reality where he becomes the player of a real-life video game. One where he controls the mysterious and skilled Amamiya Kyoka as his new female he's playing as a female avatar. With rules to learn, other players to combat, and with an omniscient GM overseeing the process. Will Shigeru's gaming skills be enough to survive in this brave new digital world? So, this is his female avatar. So he gets a female avatar, so it's like a gender bender type thing. That's, It's weird, actually. You don't really see that much. You really don't. You really don't. Because, you know, Sword Online kind of cut that out with the first season. And if we think about season 2, spoilers off the table, I guess they tried to do it Kirito, and you know how, Gun Gal Online was, but it still wasn't necessarily straight up female characters. So, it's pretty funny actually knowing that the main character is put into a female avatar. That probably adds a lot of awkward situations. So you said there's chapter 79. That's the current chapter that is out. I'm actually quite interested now. I am a little bit interested in this. Thank you very much, John. Thank you so much for the package. Thank you so much for the 10-cent coin. And thank you for the sweet letter. This is the 3rd week in a row that someone has sent me something to do with beer. How beer saved the world. Discovery Channel. What? Beer apparently saved the world. How beer saved the world. Did you know that beer was critical to the birth of civilization? Or that it played a crucial role in the building of the pyramids? The founding of America, the Industrial Revolution, and advancement in medicine. How beer saved the world, everybody. Let's just take a moment to process this. Beer saved the world. So, there is no name on this package, and I'm going to go on a limb here and assume that who sent this sent the beer kits, how I can make my own beer, and also sent me the guide to how to make beer as well. So, I could see you're trying to teach me all there is to know about making my own alcohol and how beer has saved the world. It's pretty interesting stuff, actually. I mean, I've always loved the Discovery Channel and all that, just finding out new stuff. So this is definitely something I'll watch in my free time, just to see exactly how beer really did save the world. So thank you very much for who sent this. I have no idea who sent it because there is no letter, but thank you very much. Ooh, Food Wars. No letter, but Food Wars Volume 12. Hell yeah! You know why? Because this upcoming season, fucking Food Wars returns. Season 2. You're reminding me that the greatness is coming. God, I love Food Wars so fucking much. I miss the anime. I missed it from Season 1 when it ended, and now knowing it is coming back this upcoming season, I'm super fucking excited for it. Because let me tell you all, a secret. Every time I watched an episode of Food Wars when it came out as an anime, I would always sit down and eat when I watched the episode. That's always what I did. I sat down, ate me something, because you just can't watch Food Wars without eating. I can't wait to have that, weekly ritual of sitting down and eating while I watch Food Wars. Because it's a fantastic series. I love the foodgasms in the series, and this just reminds me that the greatness is coming. Oh my god, I'm so fucking excited for the anime to come back. So, I don't know who sent this, but as always, I'm going to assume it's the same Chiba that's been sending me the other Food Wars. Ooh, upside down. I'm going to assume it's the same Chiba that's been sending me the, Food Wars volumes. And I'm not going to read the manga at the moment. I want to completely catch up, but I'm not. Because anime coming out. I want to kind of stick as an anime only as long as I can. But I will say, though, what I did read in the manga was fantastic. So, I'm really glad to see it coming back, and thank you so much for the Chiba that sent Volume 12. You just reminded me once again, greatness is coming next week. Literally, next week it's coming out. I think around, maybe Wednesday? Tuesday or Wednesday that, Shokugeki no Soma finally will return. So, thank you very much, and I'm going to carry on to the next package. Oh, this is a very familiar name. Thank you very much, Elisa, for this package. It really means a lot. I'm glad to see another package from you again. Let's see what you wrote. Looks like we got some posters here. I'll go through those in a moment. Let me read your letter. Hey, Chibi, it's Elisa, aka the Lady Hatter. How you doing, Hatter? It's been a while. It's been a while since your last letter. I always look forward to seeing what you write. Before you ask, I know you will. I'm fine. You know me too well. I only gotta hold out until October, then I could start majoring in English. Happy face. I'm happy for you. And leave the law department. Me and my family are healthy, and right now the weather sucks. It's kind of really humid. It's hot, but it's raining so often and so many storms. I completely agree. It's so fucking hot. You might hear my fan right now. I have my fan on. Please forgive me for that if you guys have heard it this video. But I have my fan on. It's hot. It's humid. It's been storming so much and power outages like crazy. I've been telling you guys that in the vlog. It's been pretty damn bad. But I'm doing well. More importantly, how are you doing, Chibi? How am I doing right now? This week has been rather fine. It's been a very good week. It's been busy, very, very busy. Like, very busy with personal life. But, I mean, it hasn't necessarily been bad. It hasn't been bad. I've just been extremely busy. Barely time to even go on YouTube or anything. I've just been very busy. But it's been a good week. It has. It hasn't been nowhere like, power outages constantly and stuff. Nowhere near like that. Oh, speaking of which, actually, I want to talk about Game of Thrones real quick. Actually, I should have talked about this at the beginning of the video. This might be some spoilers, but I just got to say my, amazement to that episode. The Game of Thrones episode. Oh, that Game of Thrones episode that came. Oh, that Game of Thrones episode. That Game of Thrones episode was so good. Probably by far one of the best episodes of the series yet. Not gonna spoil, but that was one of the best episodes yet of Game of Thrones. I gotta say, dude, the Battle of Bastards. Fucking holy shit, that was amazing. So, okay, let me get back on topic. Let me read the letter. Are you and your family healthy and well? So far, everything is completely fine, and nothing at this moment is really that bad, or critical at this moment. So everything is pretty good with my family. I hope you are sleeping enough during your busy schedule. I'm trying to. I'm trying to fix my schedule as much as possible. I've been trying to go to bed and force myself to go to bed around like 10:30 and then wake up at 6 in the morning. I'm having some issues here and there because, old habits die hard, but I'm trying my best to kind of, get a better schedule and get ready for this upcoming season. And speaking of getting a better schedule and staying healthy, I've recently tried to quit coffee. I haven't actually drunk coffee in the past 2.5 to 3 weeks now. I'm not even joking. I have not drunk coffee in 2.5 to 3 weeks. It's fucking crazy. I'll tell you, I had a bad headache for a week and a half, 2 weeks, because I've constantly, ever since I was very little, since I was like 10 or 11, I always drunk a pot of coffee every morning. Or not every morning, every day. I used to drink a pot of coffee every day, and just recently, past 3 weeks, I finally just stopped, and I'm trying to cut back from it, because I know that much coffee isn't healthy, and I just want to, get healthier and stuff, just, feel better, make my body feel better. So yeah, I've recently kind of tried to cut back on coffee as well. Thank you so much for the great content and your hard work. I am glad your dad was fine this time with his car. I know from our experience that it can be worse. My mom got into an accident last year and her car overturned. Oh god, is she okay? She is thanking the gods, and she's so lucky with the way the roof of the car landed because she could have lost her head. Like, she just needed a few band-aids, stitches, and support. I'm glad she was fine. I really am. I'm really glad to hear that, your mom is completely fine. It's very scary when you realize, like, one day you might get a call and your parent or a family member or something could be in a wreck. It's a scary experience. My mom was crying so many times how thankful she was and that I wasn't with her in the car that day like I usually would have. To me, just thinking about what could have happened to her makes me cry in fear, but also in happiness that it didn't happen. I'm very glad it didn't. That's why I'm so happy your parents are okay. Wow, I'm so sorry that I got emotional and depressing. See, don't get upset for telling me this. This is why I like Chibi vlogs. This is why I like doing these videos. I get to see what you guys think, your feelings. It's not just always about me. It's not. See, I make this video for I can communicate with all of you, to, talk with all of you, get to know all of you, and it makes me feel closer to all of you. That's one of the big reasons, too. I love doing these. I love feeling close to all of you, and I love getting to read stuff like this, and to hear your guys' stories. That's why I really love letters, and hearing your guys' stories and stuff, it really makes me happy to hear you're willing to share that, and I'm glad I could help in any way, even if it means me reading this and just giving my personal advice. Even though I'm inexperienced to a lot of things, I'm glad, I can at least help in some way, so it makes me happy. How is the weather where you are right now? The weather, like I said, already very, very humid. It's fucking hot. It's like 95 degrees outside right now. It's like 88 degrees in here right now. You probably see me sweating, I don't know. But it's very hot in here. It really is. I'm burning the fuck up. I really need to get better AC units, but I just haven't had the time to go get one. I heard in your videos that university is already ending in your semester this year. Where I go, we still have till July, usually last week before summer break and exam. I know about some of that. I'm going to tell you a funny story. Some schools here, like my last year of high school, when I was going to school, I'm going to tell you this. I got off, I think, around June 12th, I think. It was around June 12th, that was my final day of high school, okay? And we were supposed to come back in July 27th. That was the date we're supposed to come back. I'm not even joking. And it's just kind of crazy how schools are nowadays. That was like my final year when we were supposed to, get off and leave. Thankfully, I never had to go back because, that was my final year of school. But apparently, the kids had to go back July 27th, and they got off of school at, June, 12th. That was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. So hearing that you have until July until you get off, oh my god, usually last week before summer break and exam week. So how long is your break? I'm very curious about that. Since you say you get off in July, is it like a couple months? Is it a week? Is it 2 weeks? I'm curious about that. Usually last week before summer break and exam week. They just pile one after another. This year, I'm also taking 2 exams in my language courses. Hebrew and Russian. Ooh, those are really exotic languages. I'd like to learn Hebrew and Russian. That's something I've always been interested in. Learning different languages. Not just Japanese, obviously, but I've always been interested in learning, something like, Hebrew, Russian. Russian is one I've always wanted to learn. Or maybe Chinese. I've always wanted to learn Chinese or Russian because I like how it sounds. And maybe even German. I've always wanted to learn German as well. Wish me luck. I wish you the best of luck on your studies. I really do. My heart goes out to you. Did you like any subject while still in school? My favorite subject, I think, was biology. I really liked biology. I really did. I wasn't a math person. I hated algebra. I hated calculus. I hated fucking trig. I hated all sorts of shit when it came to math. I can't stand math. I really hate fucking math. I can't stand it. But I did love biology. I love biology. I loved all the stuff to do with, chemistry, biology. I loved all that. That was, one of my favorite subjects. So, definitely that. I really appreciate that type of stuff. So sorry for rambling, let's talk anime. Most relatable character of the season goes to Tanaka from Tanaka-kun. I did not finish that series. I kind of put that series on hold because I was busy. I might have to watch that. Also, Bungo Stray Dogs and Kiss Naiver are my favorites so far. Bungo Stray Dogs, I know many liked it, and I know many said it picked up. And I did watch the episodes, but because of busy schedule, I didn't have the time to continue to catch up. But from what I, watched after I kind of dropped it, it got better. It definitely got better. If my word says anything, I will say, however, if you dropped it on the episode I dropped it, it did get better. It did get a lot more enjoyable. But personally, when it came to the comedy, it just wasn't my cup of tea. It really wasn't. But that's my personal preference. Kiss Naiver, however, as I already said earlier on in this video, big fan of Kiss Naiver. I love the characters. Big fan of the characters. I love what Trigger has done with the series. Waiting for Boku no Hero Academia to finish before I will... Oh, you haven't watched Boku no Hero Academia... Oh, you haven't met oh my goodness! You haven't seen it yet. Yeah, you haven't seen it yet. Can't wait till you see Boku no Hero Academia. Let's see, but from what I saw, it looks good. You need to watch ReZero as well. If you have not watched ReZero, watch that. Besides Academia and JoJo, what is your favorite for a runner-up? ReZero. Easily. Watch ReZero from this season. Also, have you seen the images of the new project Kyoto Animation is planning? I have the feeling they got even better in animating than they were in Free. You're talking about the Silent Voice movie, I think, correct? If you're talking about the Silent Voice movie, that's a movie, and obviously it's going to have a lot of budget in it, which that means, Kyoto Animation could just go fucking off the walls, and they usually do some crazy stuff for TV adaptations, but I'm willing to bet when it comes to the movie, the Silent Voice, it's going to look fantastic. So I think that's what you're talking about. Well, that's enough boring talk. That's not boring at all. That's enough boring talk, rambling from me. I hope you enjoy my little gift. I wanted the fairy tale one, but they had to take a poster with bikinis. Anyways, in gratitude, and sincerely, Elisa, the Lady Hatter. P.S. Jacob, English. Hebrew. Ooh, that's a weird Hebrew. That's a weird... Whoa, that's weird. That's how you write my name in Hebrew? Huh. Jacob or... I can't read that. Devotkov? I can't read my name in Russian. I am very, very sorry. Can anyone tell me how to pronounce that? I don't know how to pronounce that. Thank you for everything, Elisa. Keep studying hard, Elisa. Keep studying hard at Hebrew. Keep studying hard at English and Russian. I wish you the best of luck with all of your courses you are taking, and continue to strive for what you want to be. It's always fantastic getting to see letters from you and all of you other Chibits. Thank you so much, constantly. So let's see these posters you sent. You said you wanted to send a fairy tale one. Okay, so we have a Full Metal Alchemist poster. Badass. That's badass as fuck. And then we have, ooh, Ajin. Now that's a rarity. I didn't expect a poster of Ajin. I think that's movie 3's actual poster, isn't it? I think that is movie 3's. Okay, let's see what else we have here. We have a couple of posters. School Idol Project. I have not seen this series, so I am unaware, but this is School Idol Project. And here we get, that's the side I would show. I'm sorry, I gotta show this. Genos and Saitama, that looks badass. They're fucking doing karaoke, that's epic. And, oh, so you did get the fairy tale one with the bikinis. Okay. That fan service, though. Speaking of fan service, that recent fairy tale chapter, though, that, like, Omake or whatever, how you pronounce it, the special chapter that came out before the actual chapter this week, that was titled Fairy Tale Zero. That chapter, that fan service, holy fuck. The fan service. Holy hell. Here, Mashima, why don't you just write a hentai already? Ooh, Gurren Lagann. I have not seen this series in a good long while. Gurren Lagann. I'm curious if that Space Patrol series has Gurren Lagann in it, since it goes to different universes and stuff. Ooh, D-Grayman. The anime is also coming very soon. I cannot wait. Oh my god, I cannot wait for D-Grayman's return as well. That's gonna be fantastic. Ooh, Pokemon. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Okay, I know my singing's terrible, but yeah, forgive me. But yeah, Pokemon. I haven't caught up with this series. I haven't watched it since the Deoxys movie. It's been a very long time since I've seen Pokemon. The last Pokemon movie I watched was Deoxys. And then we have the final chapter of Naruto, or the last, or whatever. I have yet to actually see the last Naruto movie. I've yet to actually see that, or anything from the recent chapters of Boruto. And then we have, ooh, Helsing. Helsing, the great Helsing. And Alucard. Badass Alucard. And then we have this. What is this? I don't even know. I don't know who these are, to be honest. I really have no idea who they are, but I'm willing to bet I probably listen to some of their music or something. I've heard something from them, whatever they are. If they're idols or if they're singers, I probably have heard something from them because I've heard a lot from Japan. So, yeah, I'm willing to bet 10 out of 10. I probably have seen something they've done. So, with that, I think that concludes this weekly vlog. I'm going to quickly edit this because I got to go do some stuff with my family today. I got to go traveling and stuff. But I'm just going to let you know that it's been very fun reading these letters. I always appreciate it. And thank you, everybody. It means a lot. And you guys continue to have wonderful days or not. And I love all of you. Please be safe. Chibi out.